Oh my. Oh my, oh. When you start talking about jiu-jitsu, that gets me going. I get so excited. I was telling Vinny, he brought up jiu-jitsu, and I was really excited to tell him what happened on like the second day. The second day I went to jiu-jitsu class because, oh man, money. If you remember, I was telling you about what an Ezekiel choke is earlier. It's when you choke out someone with your fist, right? And you press it up against the do you know the artery there?
The jugular.
The jugular, is that it? Okay. Well, would that seal up the airways or something like that? Seal up. You're not getting oxygen. You're not getting blood flow to the brain. Okay, I see. So what you do is you line up the spines, right? So if you're on top, even if you're in someone's guard, or you're on bottom, if you're on your back, fighting off your back, line up the spines, right? So get them in your close guard. And that was so exciting because I was like, on my first day of jiu-jitsu class, I was like, I didn't know how to go into it. I wanted to catch someone's leg. I wanted to wrestle. I wanted to really stand up. Oh shit. I wanted to stand up, right? But then I started standing up. We started rolling, right? And I had, I was like, in the lesson, like 5 minutes prior, he was like, all right, just grab the collar, grab the sleeve, and I was like, okay. That's all I really knew how to do was kind of pull him down. But it's not like someone's going to let me do that. Someone's not going to let you just pull him down, right? What do you do? So, Money, let's say it's your first day of jiu-jitsu class, but your first day rolling in jiu-jitsu class, and you're standing up. How would you try to get this guy down to the ground? You got to tap him out. I don't know.
Not a jiu-jitsu-er.
Yeah, but you seemed interested like 10 minutes ago.
Yep.
How would you get this guy to the ground? And this is like real life too. What if someone was fucking coming at you? How do you get someone to the ground? Yeah. Okay. So that's the point of like the first day of rolling in jiu-jitsu class.
Grab their leg and roll them onto the ground.
If you don't know what you're doing, but you can try to go for their leg. They're gonna pull back. There's nothing. No one's never gonna like let you do anything, and it depends on how athletic you are. If you're really gonna go for that leg, can you get that leg? How fast can you get it? Because he's gonna pull away. So it's like, how do you get this guy to the ground? Well, one technique that I learned recently is called pulling guard, right? And I told you about that, and it worked. I looked into it once and it worked. What the fuck? And that's why I looked into it, because Eddie Bravo is that rubber guard weird shit, you know? Damn, I want to learn Eddie Bravo techniques, man. So it's like, I looked into pulling guard, right? And all you gotta do is press on the hip, pull the collar, and the lapel, you know? I mean, the collar or lapel, and the sleeve. Press on the hip, pull them down to the ground, make sure your other leg is out of sight, come in the opening between the arm and the leg, pivot in, and then, like you're climbing a tree, like you said, with your legs, you're climbing up a tree. The guy in the video said you're like chopping down, but when I thought about it, I was like, you don't want to hit the person, you're not hitting them. It's not an MMA match, you know? You want to bring them down to the ground. Bring them down. You are coming down.
All I could think of is like, just like going to
What?
Going to like the gym
Yeah.
To learn it.
Yeah.
And meeting the guy.
And what? And meeting the guy.
Alright, how much to start? And is it extra for all that wise wax on, wax off stuff?
What are you doing to my car? Nothing.
You know, like wake up and run with me at 5 in the morning, yelling at me or something. I gotta pay extra for that.
Why did you try to do a jump freeze? No reason.
I just threw your fist in the air after we ran. I thought somebody was watching.
Why did they make a movie about rubber? No reason. That's just funny. Oh yeah, pulling guard! Yes! So, you pull guard, right? And you're chopping this guy to the ground. You're coming down to earth, bringing you down here in reality. This is how the world works. So now he's in your guard, right? And the whole point of like pulling guard, right, is to go into rubber guard because that's Eddie Bravo's strong suit, and he invented that shit, right? That's what I was gonna show you. That's what it was so exciting because it worked. I pulled guard on the dude. So I'll tell you a story, okay? I tried an Ezekiel choke on this blue belt in my Jiu Jitsu class on like the second day. After the first day, it was like a weekend off. So the first day was a Friday, and then there were no classes on the weekend, and the next class was Tuesday. So I went into class, and all weekend I had looked up all these triangle choke, all these, how to get into this from this or whatever. I looked up a triangle choke, Ezekiel choke, and rubber guard positions and pulling guard. I tried the Ezekiel choke. And what the Ezekiel choke is, I was trying to explain it earlier. You choke someone out with your fist. With your fist. With the fist of justice, I'm gonna choke you out.
Die, criminal. May you not see the light of day anymore.
Hi, man. How are you doing today? Oh, not too bad. What about yourself? Are you interested in the new John Cena event that's happening this Saturday? Defending his title, you can get it now for only $59.99. John Cena. Yeah.
I don't know how this works.
Medicated. Man, I'm hella faded. I'm hella faded. So you pull guard. Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. So I tried the Ezekiel choke on this blue belt, right? I couldn't get my arm fully around his neck, so that didn't work. I mean, I thought I had it as tight as I could. I had my fist on his neck, and I was trying to squeeze, but apparently I had to, obviously I had to have to re-look at the video or some shit like that. I have to make sure everything's in place. I thought I had it as best I could. I think there's a few things I could have tweaked to get it actually right and tight. But like, I squeezed it, and he was like, "What are you trying to do?" And I knew I wasn't gonna get the fucking receipt. So, but in the back of my mind, I knew if I told him, he was gonna start to get out of it, and he wanted to maintain that position. So I was like, I don't want to tell this guy, but I'm not gonna get it. So Maybe if I tell him, he's gonna tell me, what I'm doing wrong. So I was like, I'm trying to choke you out with my fist. And he's like, that's not gonna work. Yeah. You ever heard that about them bees and astronauts? They formed a coup against the United States, and fuck you. Okay. Anybody else bummed out by UFC 223? It's just not happening, man. So there's this whole big thing about Conor McGregor. He threw a fucking dolly into a bus full of fighters and it cut up some dude. One of the fighters that was gonna fight and some other fighter too. It almost broke Rose Namajuna's hand, dude. Do you want to see that?
Yes.
That's some shit. And now everything's all fucked up because of it. Now Michael Chiesa is not fighting Anthony Pettis, and Anthony Pettis is like doesn't have an opponent, and then Khabib doesn't have an opponent either. Max Holloway is pulling out, or can't fight because the doctors are like he can't fight. He's cutting way too fast. His shit's shutting down or whatever. I don't know. But his doctors are like, we're pulling him out. I can't fight. Conor McGregor. Yeah.
Oh,
there was someone right there too.
McGregor now under arrest this morning after he was caught right there on video, breaking out the windows of a rival fighter's bus. Oh, yeah.
That's some fucked up shit, dude. There were fighters in that bus, man. They were about to go to the event or whatever the fuck.
Were hurt. Wow. And the shenanigans forced the removal of 3 fights from what would have been the UFC's biggest card of the year, on schedule for tomorrow.
That's fucked up, man. 3 fights can't happen because of this shit, man.
What does he do again?
Who? What does he do? He's a fighter.
No, I mean like his fighting
Styles?
Yeah.
I think it was karate. Yeah. But damn, he did not make himself look good there, man. Because apparently this dude named Artem Lobov is one of Conor's, his boys, one of his homies, one of his super homies, friends, one of his camp friends, teammates. And but apparently Lobov tried to call Khabib a pussy or some shit like that, right? And punk him out. And then Khabib confronted Lobov about it, but he had a bunch of his teammates with him too, like 8 dudes swarmed this one guy, and he punked him out and shit. And then, so the other side of the coin to what's happening with Khabib is, give me one. Go ahead, Martin, how are you? Kitty cat is in the room. a special guest.
You asked it this?
Mr. Kitty Cat of the Kittens is his name. Address him as such. Mr. Kitty of the Kittens, why are you playing with Money's shoelaces?
My life. Oh.
Did you see that? Oh, but dude, what the fuck, man? Connor. What the fuck, man? Be smarter about that bottle of water. There's ways that you can keep yourself hydrated. Water. Have a little bit of water in your mouth. Under your tongue. Keep yourself hydrated. Mouth not dry. That's slowly.
He's getting defended up this round. But, no, thank you. Yeah, who hits women? That was a kid.
Probably one of the best videos I've ever seen, man. What was it like working with Little Dicky? He's great. He's a great director, everything. Wow, that's cool. He's amazing. Hey, did you see that Conor McGregor thing where he threw a chair at the bus? Yeah, he's crazy sometimes. Yeah, you think it was like, is he gonna hurt his career? Does he have the money to pay the lawyer bills, Chris?
Chris Brown doesn't give a shit. That's funny. It's kind of dumb how Chris Brown is praised like that, though. How he throws himself around. From the space and stars. Who? What? What?
What if Conor McGregor's gonna get banned?
I think he's gonna get banned. He's an independent contractor. That's something that they're bringing up. He's like, the dude that brought it up, he's like, Dana White said that he's an independent contractor, so it's not as easy as if he's gonna get fired. So that's the question that was presented to Dana White: is Conor McGregor gonna get fired? And Dana White said, it's not that easy because he's an independent contractor. What do you think should happen? How do you feel about that? Because I just came off watching that notorious Conor McGregor movie on Netflix, and that was really good. I was really inspired. You just see his come up, and his honest beginning. And his wife that stuck with him from the very beginning. Very inspirational. And he said a quote, dude, that stuck, man. Because Conor's definitely the one that keeps training, keeps showing up at the gym, always ready for the fight, always training. And he's like, when I first showed up, I was walking around like a chimp. And then I kept showing up, and now I'm the gorilla. Fucking ridiculous, man. So you first show up and you're this dude that's following all these other guys, and then you're the dude that everyone else is following. You know, first you go in, you don't know shit. You're just trying to absorb all the knowledge. You know?
That's
much so.
Wonderful.
Oh man, money. I was talking to you about rubber guard. So when someone's in the closed guard, right? I'm on my back, and someone's in my guard, right? And I got it closed, right? And I got my legs wrapped around them, right? Their two goals are to stack when they put all their pressure on you, right, and advance forward. Or the second thing, I didn't tell you the second thing. What do you think you should do? So let's say you're on top, right, and you have to advance, or no, you're in someone's guard. The first thing is to stack. So to put more pressure on and advance on them and advance. Put more weight on climbing, going up. That's one option. What do you think the second option is?
Sure.
Any guesses? No? So one option is to stack. The other option is to posture up. Posture up. Because on the bottom, my goal is to control your posture. That's the whole point. Like my legs wrapped around you and your back, but I got your head. I'm really trying to control your head. I got your collars or whatever, but I want your head. Bringing that shit here. Right? Because I want to hit the rubber guard. This is the rubber guard. When you bring your leg up over their head like this. Right? So let's see Eddie Bravo show the rubber guard, because that's how I learned, like, that's why I was so excited, because I hit pulling guard. I pulled guard on this dude I tried to hit with the Ezekiel choke. I pulled guard on him. And then I whipped my hips around and I got him with my leg, and I put my leg on his back, right? And I chopped. I didn't hit him, I pulled him down a little bit. And then I pulled him down with the left leg, and I pulled down the right leg, and I pulled down the left leg, and he was on the ground. I was like, what the fuck? I pulled guard. He's in my guard. I tried to get him with the head. I can't remember what happened after that, honestly. Somehow or another, I wound up on top, and I tried to hit him with the Ezekiel. And he's like, what are you doing? Like, trying to choke you out with my fist. I'm glad after we rolled that he taught me a lot. It really is about mastering movements and all the different positions, getting aware with the different positions. You want to learn the transitions. It always helps to go for submissions, I guess, if you want to. Still got to know, obviously. Still got to know what you can get from all the different positions. But, I mean, like, as you, lock in those submissions a little bit more, you'll understand how it works more. You're like, oh, shit, maybe, okay, I thought I went like this. Obviously, if I pull my elbow into my chest more, this happens, and is way better. It's actually how it's supposed to be done, right? So I remember a technique where the dude was like, when you're off your back and someone is on full mount, how to roll out of it. So his hand is right here, right, Bonnie? So his hand's right here. What you do is you grab, your left hand grabs his wrist, right? And then your right hand grabs over the elbow so that when you start, he can't pull out. Because when he's pulling out his arm, you're stopping it with your arm. It's right over his elbow. He can't pull back. You're stopping it at his elbow, right? So you've got your left hand on his wrist, however you have it planted, basically. And your right hand on his elbow, the same arm, so he can't pull out. And what you do is you get your right foot over your opponent's foot, get ready to shrimp, kind of. You're gonna lean back on your right shoulder. So let's say we're going to the right side. We're going on the right side. So you got his left hand with your left hand. You've got his left elbow with your right hand, right? And then you roll up on your right shoulder, and then you thrust your hips in the 11 o'clock, and you follow that up. It's so fucking easy, dude. So fucking easy. But with this step 2, when you're grabbing, the dude taught me you have to pull in your elbows to your chest. Because when you pull your elbows into your chest, do it as hard as you can. He told me, do it as hard as you can. Go. And then he was like, see, my hand is not on the. He told me to keep pulling my elbows into my chest until his hand was not touching the mat. He's like, as soon as my hand's not touching the mat, go fucking roll on your shoulder and thrust with your hips 11 o'clock and roll, and then you'll be on top. And I did. I was like, whoa, fuck, I'm on top. What the fuck? What is... And then I was like, something clicked in my head, and it felt so good because I learned something again. I was like, it's so invigorating, inspiring that I had learned something. I had the same feeling when I learned yoga. When you were teaching me yoga, I had the same feeling. I was like, what the? This is so. Oh, I can feel it. I can feel the yoga in my butt. Oh no. Because you ain't doing yoga right if you ain't clenching your ass. I don't give a fuck. You don't say whatever the fuck you want. You don't stretch right, you're not doing yoga right, you're not. You know. And then, you know, there's another side to that coin. It's like, well, yoga is about spirituality and all that stuff. Okay, here's how I think about yoga: mind, body, spirit, emotion. I try to go through all 4 of those when I do my yoga session. Still, one of those is body. You still want to make sure that you're doing the stretches how they're supposed to be done. And it's just all about that focus too, the mind, body, spirit, emotion. All right. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up there. Thank you all so much for listening. I always appreciate it. Thank you. You know, if you want to donate, if you want to... What was I going to say? Shout-outs. Shout-outs to Summer Glasses. The glasses only show up in the summertime. You gotta wear them. And then you drink alcohol out of them. Only in the summertime glasses. Summer Glasses. Get your summer glasses at summerglasses.org. 25% off using the code SUMMERGLASSES 27. J.K. Bruce. But you guys know, we always appreciate the support. Like on a real level, like all the support is just we're so grateful. It's all about spreading that gratitude, the love, the green, the heart chakra, opening up your heart chakra, spreading forgiveness, spreading that compassion, spreading the love, And that's what I'm all about. That's what I'm trying to do. Just spread the truth and the love. So, all support, I thank you so much for listening. Anything helps. I'm definitely going to be posting up that donation link. That always is going to be a big thing in the upcoming, upgrading the podcast and maybe moving out to somewhere a little bit better. So, all in all, I think it was a good podcast. I don't know what the heck's happening with UFC 223, but if there's a fight, count on a fight companion. Boys, see you guys later. The Gist of the G's. And money. Lopan. Does a flip. on a small finger-sized skateboard. Tactics. See you later.